Welcome back to my channel. And today's shout out goes to Hope Godwin 1162 for being the first person to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babe. And I love you. Now sit back, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. Story number 1. Hi V. I'm in my late 20s, living in a 2-bedroom apartment with my roommate, who we will call Tara. We've known each other since senior high school, and her mom is also a friend of my family. When we decided to move in together, I thought it would be smooth sailing. Little did I know all the problems that will arise from living together, especially after a boyfriend, who we will call Jake, moved in with her. Jake was almost 10 years older than both of us, and at first, Jake seemed like a decent guy, but things quickly changed once he started staying over more frequently. He had an unsettling habit of basically moving into our space, but Sarah was totally in love, so what could I say? At first, I tried to be understanding. After all, love can make people blind to the faults of their partners. However, Jake's true colors began to show. For starters, he never contributed anything. No rent, no groceries, and definitely no cleaning. He was very dirty too. Whenever he ate, he would just leave the dirty plate in the sink without washing it. He would leave remnants of food on the couch and sometimes use the toilet without flushing. As the months went on, my annoyance became resentment. Tara was always late on rent, and I had to cover her share more than once, while her boyfriend Jake just plops himself on the couch with his dirty socks hanging off the table, and this drove me insane. It got to a time when he didn't leave at all. He was always at the apartment. If I just want to be alone in the living room and just watch my TV shows in peace, he would be there talking non-stop, in his boxer shorts, explaining every scene in the movie as if I was a child. Because of him, I even stopped watching the TV altogether. More disturbing was his behavior towards Sarah. He would often belittle her in front of me, making snide comments about her appearance or how she handled things. The emotional abuse was visible. You could see it break her spirit, and it broke my heart to watch. Sarah, for her part, brushed it off, insisting he didn't mean it that way. He's just joking, she would say, but I could see the pain in her eyes. She was trapped in a cycle of his manipulation, and it was infuriating to watch. He didn't do anything at all. He would stay up late watching the TV, disturbing us with the noise till I complained, and then he would reduce it a little. He would go to bed around 5 a.m. and sleep all day, and then wake up at night to eat food Tara had cooked for him. That was his whole routine. He didn't help with anything. Then came the night of the blow-up. I had finally reached my breaking point. Jake was over as usual, and he had been particularly nasty that evening. After refusing to help with anything around the apartment, he started making his usual comments about Tara in a way that made my blood boil. After a particularly nasty remark, I couldn't hold back any longer. I snapped at him, telling him he needed to either contribute or get out. That's right. To my surprise, he stood up and got in my face, shouting. That is when I finally decided I had had enough. I told him to pack his things and leave. And believe me, I didn't stutter. That's right. You don't have to take people's bullshit. Let's continue. The three of us ended up in a loud argument. Both of them were shocked and furious. Why was Tara shocked and furious? Jake stormed out, yelling about how I was ruining their relationship, while Tara looked at me with a combination of disbelief and anger. What? The moment Jake left, I felt a wave of relief, like I had lifted a weight off my shoulders. But that relief quickly faded when Tara turned on me. You overreacted. It's my boyfriend, she exclaimed, her voice laced with frustration. I tried to explain why I thought it was necessary, but she wasn't having it. She reminded me that they had been together for almost a year and that she loved him despite his flaws. Oh, so it is true that you cannot advise a person that is in love, eh? Okay. The days following were tense. It became clear that she wanted Jake back, and my resolve to keep him out was tested daily. She told me she wanted me to cool off for some time and then she wants Jake to move back in with us. I told her hell no. This was my apartment too and I didn't want him here. She got angry and walked away and she stopped talking to me. One evening, I gathered my courage and spoke to her. Tara, you do realize it's toxic for you, right? You are behind on rent and you contribute nothing. You deserve better, I said, trying to appeal to a rational side. But instead of understanding, she pulled a classic line on me. You are just being a controlling roommate. He's my boyfriend and you are just jealous of us. That hits hard. Was I being controlling or was I merely protecting the friendship we've built? I wasn't about to sacrifice my mental health or my living space for someone who treated my friend like garbage. The two of us are no longer talking since she's still insisting he comes back. And I don't want him here. And I'm keeping my distance while waiting for her to come to her senses. She is late on rent again. And this time, I've decided not to help her out. She can't also ask me because she's not talking to me. V, I just wanted to know if I overreacted. Did I truly overreact? Or was I simply doing what was needed to be done? Was I wrong for putting my foot down and asking a boyfriend to leave? No, babe, you didn't overreact. You did the right thing by standing up for yourself and your space. It is not okay for someone to come into your space, act disrespectfully, and offer nothing while treating your roommates like trash. You were not wrong for putting your foot down, babe. As for Tara, I don't know what is wrong with her. Is she blind? If you care about her, talk to her again and clearly explain how you feel. Try to help her understand again how unhealthy a relationship with Jake is. It is important for her to know that she deserves better than someone who treats her so poorly. But babe, after talking to her again and she still wants to take him back after everything, then that means she's not ready to change her situation. You've done your best. If that happens, think about your own happiness. If she's not ready to change, set clear rules for your living space. Friendship is not by force. You don't have to be a friend. You can't control who she dates, but you can decide what you are okay with in your home. If she brings Jake back or wants to keep living with you whilst he's around, you may need to think about moving out or finding a new roommate. Remember that your mental health and happiness are important. Don't feel guilty for wanting a safe and peaceful place to live. I know it is hard when friends make choices you don't like, but you can control your actions. Stay strong in what you believe in, babe. If you don't want Jake there, you don't want him there. Don't lower your standards for anyone. I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 1 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment sections reading them. If you've not liked this video yet, please like it right now. I love you. And now let's move on to story number 2. Hi Vera, I am 27 years old. To start off, I met this man a few months ago. He is around 48 to 50 years old. We became very good friends and he expressed his feelings for me. To be honest, V, this man treats me well and cares for me. The problem is that he's divorced, has 2 kids, and there is the age difference. The few times we have met, he tried to kiss me, which made me feel uncomfortable. I'm also scared that my family would not approve, and that is not what I want. However, I feel like life happens and people can change their minds. I do have some feelings for him, which I find strange because I'm not usually attracted to older people. Please, I need your advice. Babe, number 1, it is important to be honest with how you feel about the whole situation. First, think about the age difference and that he's divorced and has kids. Are you okay with that? Relationships with big age gaps can be hard. You said you feel uncomfortable when he tries to kiss you. Does that mean that you are not physically attracted to him? You should never feel forced to be close to someone if you are not ready. Also, consider what your family will think. Now, I know your happiness is most important. If you are happy with this man, nothing anyone else thinks matters. But know that family can affect how a relationship works. Think about if you are okay with them not approving of this man. Babe, you need to sit down and take time to think about what you really want. Ask yourself if your feelings for him are strong enough to handle any problems that might come up. It is okay to like someone older, but make sure you feel good about it and that it is really what you want. Trust your feelings, babe, and make sure to put your well-being first. Now, if a relationship with this man makes you anxious, it might be a good idea to pause and think more about everything before deciding what to do next. So at the end of the day, babe, it is all about you, your happiness, and your well-being. It is all about what you want. It is all about what will make you happy. So just sit down and think about what you really want and what will make you happy. I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 2 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment sections reading them. Let's move on to story number 3. I'm 21 years old and I have been with this girl for 4 years now. I saw this lady back in school and I proposed to her, but she said she was in a relationship. Her boyfriend was abroad and she didn't want to cheat on him. However, I never lost hope and continued to pursue her until she gave me a chance and we started dating. I really love this girl, so I tried my best to offer her anything she wanted. She never visited me at my house and I never asked her to. I pampered her and made her feel deeply loved. A year later, she broke up with her boyfriend abroad to be with me. Fast forward, we completed school and by God's grace, we both passed. I planned to continue my education and she also wanted to, but unfortunately, the funds weren't there. Both of our parents were facing financial difficulties, so I decided to wait for the next year. However, she met a man who is old enough to be a father. He said he would take her to school, and I said okay. This man is not married yet either. She is in school now and is the one taking care of her. The time we used to communicate has greatly reduced and I don't know what to do. Should I continue this relationship or should I end it? I don't know what the man is planning. I'm confused. Babe, if this old man is not married and he's taking care of her, he definitely wants something back in return. Nothing is free nowadays. And you need to be honest with yourself about what is happening. It is clear you care about this girl a lot. But babe, things have changed though. Especially since she's now seeing this old man. He can give her what she needs right now. Now, this doesn't mean she doesn't care about you. But it means that she's focusing on him instead. Think about your own feelings. And whether you want to wait around for someone who may not come back to you. If she's talking to you less, it could mean that she's moving on. It is normal to feel confused, babe. But you shouldn't pause your life for someone who is not fully into you. You might want to talk to her about your feelings. Tell her what you think. But babe, be prepared for an answer, which might not be what you want. If she chooses to stay with this man, it might be time to focus on yourself and find someone else who wants to be with you fully. Relationships should make you happy and supported, not confused or sad. It looks like your girl is moving on with someone else. Don't be afraid to move on and find your own happiness. That is even if it means letting her go. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care of yourself. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 3 and leave your advice and opinions. It's going to be in the comment sections reading them. Let's move on to story number 4. Hi V, please help me. I'm a girl from a strict Christian family, and because of that, I have to hide my relationship with my JHS lover. We are not poor. My parents make sure they provide for some of my basic needs, though not all. Fast forward, I completed SHS and was planning to relocate to Accra to hunt for a job. A few days after I finished school, I received a call from an unknown number telling me I had won a DV lottery. At first, I thought it was a scam, but he mentioned my uncle's name, which made me believe him. I later confirmed with my uncle, and he told me it was true. He registered me without my consent and had forgotten to inform me. I was happy and sad at the same time. Where would I get the money to process my travel documents? My mom is a trader, trying to make ends meet. Now let's call the guy with the unknown number D. D is a travel and tour agent. A few days after our conversation, he called again so we could start the travel process. I told him I didn't have the amount he mentioned, so I wasn't interested anymore. D then introduced me to a guy called J. He said J had once been denied a visa after trying to further his education abroad. J's sister lives in the US and wanted him to join her. D told me that J would assist me financially if I agreed to have a contract marriage with him so we could get a couple's visa since I had a green card. Everything went as planned, But after our contract marriage, we decided to start a serious relationship since we were married by law. This made me end my relationship with my JHS lover because I didn't want my parents to know about us. Unfortunately for us, our visa was denied again. I decided to further my education here in Ghana since our plan had failed. I made my intentions known to him, but to my surprise, he declined. He said he would go see my parents so we could have a proper traditional marriage since we already had our court wedding. He said he wanted me to be a full-time housewife, which I didn't agree to. This guy is well-to-do, but very jealous and arrogant. This guy blocked me from reaching him because I said I couldn't be a housewife. 7 months after he blocked me, I got admission to pursue a teaching course at one of the colleges of education. When I reached campus, I tried Jay's number with different contacts and he answered. I told him about my admission and he said he was busy and will call me later. This guy never called or texted me. I sent him a breakup message on WhatsApp, which he read, but he never replied. It's been 6 years now and I've graduated, done my service and was posted. This guy saw my graduation pictures on social media and wants us to start from where we left off. But that can't be possible. My new boyfriend and I are planning to get married, but because of my contract marriage with Jay, I don't know what to do. I've persuaded Jay to process the documents for our divorce, but he insists that we meet to talk things over. I don't know where to start this divorce process. Please help me. I'm 30 now. Babe, getting a divorce can be an emotional and complicated process. Now, if Jay insists on meeting to talk about it, I think you should consider accepting that meeting, especially if you don't want to be with him anymore. During this meeting, make sure to be clear about your feelings and your decision to divorce. It is important that he understands that the two of you are incompatible. He wants a housewife while she wants to work, and you've not heard from him for 6 years. You cannot get back to what you used to have, and you've moved on. You have another man. Just make things clear to him. Be honest with him about what you want. And that you believe that moving on is what is best for both of you. Now, babe, to start the divorce process, you need to research the laws in your area regarding divorce. Google is your friend. Go to Google and do your research. You may also need to consult a lawyer who can guide you through the steps and help you with the paperwork. It is also very important to understand your rights and any financial or legal responsibilities. And babe, stay calm and focused. This may be an emotional time, but try to approach it with a clear mind. If you feel overwhelmed, you can lean on your family and friends for support. Remember that it is okay to prioritize your own happiness and future. Once you've made a decision to divorce, take the necessary steps to move on. Don't be afraid to take control of your situation. You deserve a fresh start. So babe, go to Google now, and if you are in Ghana, just do your research about the laws in Ghana regarding divorce and then get a lawyer. I'm wishing you all the best, babe. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 4 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section reading them. And now, Abi, you know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen. We don't judge. So please be kind to them in the comment sections because obviously these issues are worrying them. And that is why they sent their stories to me in the first place. So please be kind. And now, if you have a story for me, just send it to my TikTok page at vera.h. There's a link in the description down below. Write out your story and send it to me. And when I post your story, I'm going to notify you and let you know your story is up. Please, if you get into my DMs, don't write, I have a story for you. Or can I send you my story? Don't do that. Immediately you enter into my DMs, write out your story and send it to me. And all my stories are anonymous, by the way, so don't worry. I won't mention your name. If I post your story, I will notify you and let you know your story is up. And now, if you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for, babe? Come and join the family. Subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Okay, I'm done. Bye.